Welcome to All the Fun of the Theme Park. Halloween 2024 has been and gone, but there's one UK scare attraction keeping the spooky season spirit alive every weekend until the end of November. Pasaje Del Terror in Blackpool. Now, the scare attraction does not allow any recording equipment inside, so if this video does make it onto YouTube, that'll mean that we've successfully defeated the copyright claim algorithm once and for all, because we're just going to have to make a little clip show for this one. So, Pasaje Del Terror, it's a 12-minute horror experience featuring special effects and live actors. Groups of up to 8 people encounter 18 iconic horror characters as you navigate through 20 theatrical sets. It's a unique attraction in the UK. Pasaje Del Terror is located opposite the main entrance to the pleasure beach. Opened in 1998, it's the only attraction of its kind in this country. Similar experiences can be found in Malaga, Madrid, Barcelona, Cancun, Rome, Lisbon and Orlando, where renowned film director Anthony Perkins served as the spokesperson for the opening. Pasaje Del Terror is great value for money, with online pre-booking at only £12 per person, compared to the £14 on-the-door price. If you don't want to know anything about Pasaje Del Terror experience spoiling, then stop watching this video, buy a ticket and get yourself down. In fact, just keep the video running, because we need the views. So mute it, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, get a new tab open and get a Pasaje Del Terror ticket. So this was our first time experiencing Pasaje Del Terror. We've only had limited experience of scare attractions outside of this. We've been a couple of years at Scarefest and we've done the Treasure Island Haunted House at Bridlington. Now, this was on another level entirely. It was, I'd say it was much more intense even than Scarefest. I spent all my life avoiding going in here, so this video is essentially 31 years in the making. So we're going to have to make it a good one.
Is it worth the wait?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, it was amazing. Like, the adrenaline rush coming out of it, like, it was better than, like, any feeling, like, on a roller coaster. Like, my heart were absolutely racing throughout. Like, from the first scene to the exit. It were amazing.
I agree.
So did you have any expectations going in? Obviously, like I said, we've only had limited exposure and there's not much about it online. Like,
but I didn't look online at all. I don't, how I like to just see things for the first time in real life with my eyes. So I don't have expectations. Obviously, I was just excited to get there and see and experience it. That's totally up my street, that kind of thing. So I was really excited for that. And even though I had no expectations, it still exceeded whatever I thought it might be.
Absolutely. I think what surprised me is, obviously I'm opposite of you. Like, I need to know everything about something before I experience it myself. Like, I'm first person onto spoiler videos, reviews, anything like that. I'm immediately drawn to it. And also, especially with scare attractions, like, I'm massively susceptible to jump scares, and I prefer to know what I'm getting myself into. Because when we did that Bridlington one, I had no idea that we were even doing it, and I had an absolute meltdown.
Yeah.
Like, refused to walk.
You just couldn't move your feet, could you? You
No.
were just stuck.
Yeah, fun running past that spider.
It's fun for me.
But yeah, do that as well, Bridge, like, on a separate note. Do go and do that.
And other similar things around the country, which I'm yet to surprise you with, but I will do.
I'll look forward to that then. But yeah, the one surprise I had, because there's not much online about it, is that it uses, established horror characters.
Yes.
It's not like an original story or anything. It's just a series of... The scenes aren't really connected in any way. There's not like a through story or anything like that. It's like just different set pieces, different sets. You kind of go from set to set.
Yeah.
But I can't believe... I mean, I was excited and I was eagerly anticipating it, and it exceeded any expectations that I had.
Yeah. The amount of different characters they'd put in there. And like you said, I expected it to be all original material and not how it was it was just one after the other, and it was just like, wow, there's wow, then there's wow, then there's like, it was just like, what? It just kept going.
And the accuracy of the costumes and the makeup.
So good. Particularly, as you know, the nun.
Yeah, the nun one was phenomenal. Whoever was playing them, like, nailed, like... In fact, all of them nailed the mannerisms of, like, each character. It wasn't just somebody in a costume. They kind of managed to, like, embody the physicality of each character. So, like the nun, who fleetingly appeared, but that was one of the most effective jump scares, because I'm terrified of that character.
Yeah.
And the accuracy of how it looked.
Yeah.
And the movement and everything kind of, it matched what I expected.
They all really emulate the characters really well.
Yeah.
They looked really authentic.
Yeah. Like the Michael Myers one, that were another fantastic one as well.
Yeah.
Even just how it was stood, I was like, that's Michael Myers.
Yeah,
like,
the stance was just, and the body language, you just felt like...
Because without that, it's somebody in a costume.
Yeah.
But if they can perform and kind of have that physicality, it makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel, you know, if you saw that somewhere else and they didn't perform in the right way, then you just like, oh, that's somebody dressed as so-and-so.
Yeah.
So we'll go through some highlights, obviously spoilers. Obviously, I mean, my adrenaline were like through the roof, heart were racing throughout, so I couldn't do a blow by blow because it were all like a intense blur.
Yeah, definitely. It was, and you're too busy enjoying the experience, well, I am, to like be thinking about that kind of thing. But then you have to look back and try and think, oh, yeah, what did we see? What did we do?
Yeah. But we'll go through some particular highlights. So the first scene was established like amazingly, like there was such an atmosphere in there. So I'll go through it. So you're essentially in an almost pitch black room and you're told to stand and remain with your backs to the wall. Mm-hmm. Oh, and just before this, you do go down a staircase, which again, like the theming. We will come back to the theming. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but in fact, no, the theming. Let's just quickly say. Obviously, it says about the theatrical sets. The theming from the moment you go down the stairs is amazing.
Yeah.
The sets, costumes, makeup, everything were just top notch, weren't it?
Yeah, I loved it.
I mean, the dolls room.
Yeah, I mean, some of the rooms I'd love to have been able to stay a bit longer.
Yeah.
Because I'm just really looking around really quick, trying to take everything in to appreciate what's gone into the sets and all the detail and, like, so, like, say the authentic sort of props and things like that.
Like Annabelle.
Yeah, Annabelle.
That were a good one.
Yeah, in the doll room, yeah. It's really good.
Oh, and you've got to, like, I know we've mentioned the performances and stuff, but, like, everyone from, you know, your guide to all the actors, they're all phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they were fantastic, weren't they, all the way through.
And obviously starting off with the first guy, like, in that introduction scene.
Yeah. So, like I said, you're in an almost pitch black room and you're told to stand and remain with your backs to the wall. Like, as far as I remember, it were like dead silent. There might have been a bit of atmospheric sound because they were in throughout. I do remember like sound being really good, like really effective in each room to differentiate each room.
Yeah.
So the only thing in this first room you can make out like an open coffin and you can just see like a face of what I'm assuming is a cadaver. And out of the darkness, you encounter the first live actor. You can't really make out what they look like, which for me is always the most terrifying thing, is when you can't quite see what you're looking at and your imagination just goes into overdrive. And it's the scariest thing ever. And this actor gave like an excellent performance. Like they did multiple voices, they did like an extended monologue, and he performed it like just so many different quirks to each voice that he did. It was so good that I asked you if it were pre-recorded because it was that effective.
That's what I was thinking at the time. I wasn't sure because it was so spot on that it was like, how can that be just a live actor there?
So with those multiple voices like what you'd get in like possession scenes from films like The Exorcist, like sort of like a demonic voice. And it were phenomenal. And as it increases, the actor starts at the opposite side of the room, and as he's performing this monologue, they slowly approach you, and then there's just this deafening roar from behind you that accompanies like the wall shaking, like actually physically shaking, and your natural reaction is just to leg it. So it's a great start.
Yeah.
Like the people that we were with, I mean, there were there 8 in our group?
There was 8, yeah.
And they were...
Well, everyone, other than me, obviously, everyone was really fearful the whole way through and really reactive to everything, weren't they?
Yeah.
Which you don't always get with other scare mazes we've done. You know, it's a bit 50-50.
Yeah.
So whether that's a reflection on the particular group we had or the effectiveness of this particular attraction, I don't know, but...
I thought this were intense.
Yeah.
Because every set was quite compact and you only had one way to go.
Yeah.
And like I said, because it was so immersive, I think that's again why it was so effective. Whereas if one of those things falls down, then it kind of breaks that illusion.
It breaks, yeah, but no, it didn't, did it?
No. But that same actor appeared again in another highlight, so it's where you find yourself, again, aforementioned detailed room with like movie props with the Annabelle doll and there's like a Pennywise costume. Literally my worst nightmare in the room. Again, delivered an amazing monologue to set the scene for each room, which was the Exorcist room. All he did, he kind of warned us not to look in her eyes and keep away from the bed.
Yeah, and it was set out so the way you walked in and out, you had to walk around the bed in quite close proximity to the bed. And obviously I'm watching the bed, watching and waiting and wondering. And inevitably, the what appeared to be a mannequin laying in the bed was a person. And I think the bed flipped up a bit and the person jumped out. And scared a lot of people.
Oh yeah, because it was one of them where that I always love where you're not quite sure if it's a mannequin or if it's an actor.
Yeah. Because it was a little bit dimly lit, you could, you know, you couldn't clearly see well enough to be able to just look at it and make that choice.
So the bed was just like rocking and flying all over the place, and I thought, well, that could be a stationary model, you know, just laid on the bed. Yeah. And the bed effect was impressive enough, and obviously you had the lighting and everything. You had like the music and the noises, sound effects, and then she just burst to life and ran at you. So yeah, that scene was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was.
One of my other highlights was you find yourself safe. Well, you think you're safe, and this narrow corridor. You've got nowhere to go but straight forward, and out steps Michael Myers blocking the only exit. So I had a real Mexican standoff moment because I was at the front of the group by that point.
We were there, and then people behind us were sort of muttering, "Keep moving! What's going on?" We're a little bit like,
and I was literally frozen.
You just frozen, and we couldn't keep walking.
Because I'm like, I'm not going forwards, obviously.
Yeah, and they were still scared, obviously, of the thing behind them. They were trying to get away from, and they couldn't because you'd blocked like the only passage forward.
And I was like, wait till you see this. But again, so effective because the costumes were great. Like I said, the physicality was spot on.
Yeah.
Like, it were almost like stepped out of the film and you were there. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
The amount of actors throughout was impressive. Like, some ones that we've not mentioned, the Freddy Krueger were in there. You had Ghostface from Scream. You had a number of like different clowns and stuff, like your generic horror characters as well. But like I said, the costuming and everything were just spot on.
Yeah.
So it elevated it from, you know, something like the ones at Brid and stuff where it's just animatronics.
And that's just like, you know, seaside fun, but like a ghost train, isn't it? Just a bit of a walk through ghost train. Yeah,
but I think the accuracy kind of, it just made it all the more impressive.
Especially going back to what we said about the nun. Like, it was, like you say, movie accurate.
Yeah.
Because we questioned, well, could that have been a mask? Because it looked so like you couldn't pick it out from the real thing. Yeah,
and that way another thing was like the nun. You only see the nun for one. It might be 10 seconds. It felt like a lifetime because they go from...
It's probably not even that.
So there's almost like a double door, and the nun went across the opening from right to left.
Yeah,
So
I
you
think
just
it's more
kinda
like
saw
a
him.
fleeting glimpse, but she stops and looks.
And it felt like she was staring into my soul.
Yeah.
Like, I was absolutely terrified at
Yeah.
that point. But you don't see her again. See him again.
And again, that's something that works well with you, because then you're wondering, where's she gone? Where's she going to pop up?
Yeah, because
You don't-
you're in the back of your mind, like, right, well...
Yeah, that
gonna
can't
pop-
have been it. She's going to be somewhere.
But he did that with Scream, because the ghost face from Scream was early on, waving a knife at you, and then disappeared. And then you're like, right, well, they're coming back.
Yeah.
I would 100% do it again.
I definitely, I'd have just gone back again and again and again if we'd had the time to go and do it. I'd like to go and visit the other ones. Obviously.
Well, that's the thing. Like this one at least, it's open every weekend until the end of November. Apart from the final weekend where it is just the Saturday. So you kind of let last chance saloon for this year. But definitely, if you have an opportunity,
I would definitely recommend it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching this video about Pasaje Del Terror. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We've got a couple more Blackpool videos in the pipeline that we've been working on, and we're also attending Alton Towers firework display this year. So a few things to look forward to.
Yeah.
So please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Bye.